What's up, how's it going? Toofty here, and today we've got the first of potentially a new series. Now I know I've been releasing a lot of new series recently, I've just got too many ideas, it's not my fault, alright? But yeah, these shouldn't get in the way of your kind of regular weekly commentary and TF2 tips videos. But the idea is, sometimes there's a topic I want to talk about that doesn't really fit into one of my other videos, and so I just wanted to discuss it with you guys and kind of get your thoughts on it, get your feedback, yeah, just kind of start a discussion really. So the first one I had on my mind was haters. Ooh. So yeah, what I mean by that is basically people who leave mean comments. As anyone knows, you know, every 200 comments or so, there's always going to be some randomly abusive ones. Always good fun. They don't bother me too much, but I am really intrigued about like where they come from, what place they come from, almost the psychology behind it. I think I kind of have an over-analytical mind, but I can't help but think about, yeah, the psychology behind these things. I mean, to start off with, I tend to try and talk to people online in the same way I would in the actual real wide world of life. I tend to avoid conflict a lot as it is anyway, but yeah, I kind of apply my same normal behaviour to the online world. I've had my fair share of negative comments like any other YouTuber, and by the way, I should mention that constructive feedback is always awesome. I'll try and put examples in throughout this, but one thing I remember someone saying, like, I don't really like the face cam, I prefer it without. That's cool, you know, that's an opinion, and if I got that a lot, then maybe I'd take it out, but it seems like a lot of people like it in there, so yeah, just one of those things. But yeah, I just want to kind of look into some of the comments I've got and where I think they come from. And I don't know if it's a generational thing or if it's just a douchey thing, I don't know, but as you know, every 200 comments or so you're going to get one randomly abusive one, and like I said, I'm kind of good at not really being bothered by them too much. Sounds like I'm going to break down and cry or something. I really am not bothered by them, but at the same time you do tend to focus on the bad ones, which is kind of the first topic I wanted to touch upon. So generally speaking in life, this is getting deep guys, sorry about this. I'm sure you guys are the same, but maybe not everyone's like this, but for me, you get told a lot of good and bad things in life, get your violins out, and you do tend to home in and focus in on the bad things. They kind of just stand out to you slightly, and it's very easy to forget the positive things you're told. And it's the same with YouTube, so say I release a video and there's 200 comments, I quickly go through them all, I read them all, bear that in mind, but then yeah, there's always bound to be a negative one in there, and you can't help but just stop a fraction of a second longer and let it sink in that tiny bit more than perhaps you would do a positive comment. It's very odd, I don't know why we're designed like that. So yeah, although they don't really bother me much, you do tend to notice them that little bit more. They kind of maybe play on your mind a tiny bit. So yeah, I mean, the next thing I want to talk about is the why. This is what intrigues me, why people do it. So a few reasons come to mind. Anonymity, I said that word in one take, baby, amazing. Just spite, jealousy, enjoying drama, attention. These are some of the things that come to mind. So let's take a look at one example, which for some reason I always remember. It was kind of in the early days and it just kind of stuck in my head. I do remember someone saying, "You're quite a good demo man, but I guarantee that I'm better than you." And it made me laugh because, well, it's just bizarre really. I mean, I replied, I said, "I'm sure you are," and that's a very strange thing to tell someone. To begin with, you might think, okay, that guy's obviously seeking attention, but the fact that the internet webs are so anonymous, no one really cares that he said that, so it can't really be attention seeking or trying to let everyone else know that he's awesome. So yeah, it's just completely bizarre, and I can't rack my brains as to why he said that, and I have some other theories. I'll run them by you and let me know what you think. Maybe it's a cry for attention, maybe it's not, I'm not sure. The other thing I thought of was maybe it's almost like I'm not getting attention for being good, I don't want you to either, like a weird, that kind of thing. And the other thing I thought about is maybe it's kind of self-affirmation, kind of bigging yourself up, pat yourself on the back, build your ego up, make yourself feel a little bit better about things, even though like other people aren't changing their opinion of you. You kind of, I don't know how to describe this, but you're kind of building your own confidence in a way. So I don't know if that's a thing. Again, very analytical, psychological. You probably don't give a crap, but I thought about it anyway. I think for me, that's one of the ones that stand out the most. The kind of, you're not that good at TF2 is the one I get a lot, which is, again, it doesn't bother me. I'm not that great at loads of classes. I'm okay at Demo Man. It's all good. But it just feels very odd that there are people who feel like they have to say that and kind of express it to the world. I think that category of comment is separate from like just, I hate your face, your beard looks like a pedo's, that kind of thing. Which again, I've had that as well. So again, I have no idea what that is. I guess that fits more into the just kind of wanting drama or kind of feeling rebellious or just spite, really, plain spite. But yeah, those ones kind of almost make me laugh more because they really are just so random and bizarre, and it's just, imagine going to someone in the street and saying that, it's madness. But yeah, the final thing I wanted to talk about was how I respond to things like this, and I guess how you probably should generally respond to this if you're a YouTuber yourself, or you've just had kind of similar experiences in the comments section or what have you. So for starters, I'm ridiculously nice. I'm almost overly nice. It sometimes comes off as sarcastic. I act as if they're in front of me. I think that's always a good kind of rule of thumb. Even when they're like clearly trying to provoke you, which is another thing. That some of them just really want a bit of an argument they want to provoke, which is quite funny. So when I just respond as the ridiculously politest I can. There's a few reasons that this actually works really well for me. Number one, like I said, they're looking for return fire. They're really not expecting you just to be overly nice back. So it's kind of nice you get that surprise factor. So number two is they can't really go anywhere with it. If you try to insult them back, or if you try and defend yourself, they'll just pick up on something else. And, you know, there's no winning. That you kind of got to realize there's no winning on these little conversations. So just putting an abrupt, polite end to it is like, oh, okay, that's the end of that then. Another reason is you won't regret it. Whereas I can't help but think if you lash out, occasionally you're going to go, oh, I sound like a bit of an idiot there. Probably shouldn't have said that. If you're just nice, you never regret it. So there. Another one I wanted to mention was that it actually kind of, sometimes it can be surprising how much it changes their tune. It's almost like, well, actually, they kind of did this spare of the moment comment. They were just having a bit of fun, and you almost give them a reality check that you're talking to a real human being, and they're like, oh, okay. And sometimes they kind of actually backtrack a little bit and go, you know what? I don't know, it depends what the comment is, you know, like maybe I shouldn't have been quite so brash or whatever. And again, another example that comes to mind quite recently, and no offense to the people who said this, I remember someone saying, I think it was like, stop doing live comms, you're not very good at it. Just do your guide videos, you know, your pre-recorded guide videos. And I can't remember what I said exactly, but it was something along the lines of, thanks for your feedback. I realise I'm not great at live comms. Hopefully I'm going to improve slowly but surely, but I have to kind of sprinkle these in because the more edited videos take such a long time. So I hope you kind of stay tuned for those more edited videos. And then he replied and said, that's cool. Maybe, yeah, I should be more tolerable. That's fine. Keep up the good work, or something like that. And I was like, wow, he's changed his tune. A minute ago, it sounded like he hated your guts. And I guess that's the final point, is that, yeah, sometimes things come across like more severe than they actually are in reality. You know, that guy probably just was trying to give me some feedback, and it just came across like a bit of a dig at me. But yeah, it kind of just, you know, fizzled out, and like, before you know it, we're busy mates. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling now. Like I said, a very different video to the usual stuff, and I've got a couple of other ideas, so I'm hoping to kind of continue this and just do it alongside my normal stuff. Yeah, let me know what you think, if you agree with any of my points, if you think I'm just being ridiculous and over-analysing things. Maybe the world of YouTube comments shouldn't be taken so seriously. I should lighten up, perhaps. Who knows? Let me know what you think, and let me know if you've had any stories yourself, you know, around the YouTube comment section, if you've had any experiences that were weird or a little bit mental. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.